Hi everyone, just thought I'd jump on in and do the GU breakdown, see if it aligns with what you guys are thinking. Let me jump out to the daily. Same as the other video, if you think I'm going too fast or nothing's too clear, then just give me a comment, that's fine, no problem, or a message on Instagram, which is at the rule of 7. Right, so as you can see, this is the daily, and we've had daily bias for a while. Sell bias on the daily, sorry. And it's all efficient price action. So as you can see up top, let's just run through this. We've got a break across there. We tapped into the order block there and we sold. We've got a break across here. Let me put the brakes on, actually, might be a bit clearer for you guys. Right, yeah, so that broke and then it reacted to this order block and sold, and then it sold through that area. The push through there, the major order block was that blue candle there. This is all the daily. You can see this hasn't been tested yet, so we've got imbalance here. So we would be looking, I mean, it might take a few months to get up here, but you have to bear it in mind you've got imbalance there. And then let's have a look. So we've got a break here, lower on down, and we've also got imbalance that's been left just there as well. So there is quite a lot of imbalance to be took. And imbalance is basically leftover orders, if you will. So we're currently sells. Let's remove that one. So the last impulse down started from, basically that was the high that broke the low. So if we move that one to there, this one here, let me move that, let's line that up. That one broke the low. So for a buy bias on the daily anyway, it'd be nice to break that. But we can drop down to the 4 hour and see if it's changing bias already. And by the looks of it, we have reacted. Oh, perfect area. So this is on the 4 hour. You see that little bit there? That's clear enough. We've got some imbalance there. And above that is a beautiful order block. So the last up candle, the last up thrust before a nice impulse down. And look what happens. It reacts to that and it starts to sell. I do think we're going to buy, though, to be honest. Don't know. It's just because of how deep it's gone into it, how deep it's gone back. GU might be a one to wait on, to be fair, because it's not looking the cleanest. And we have broke this demand zone. Let's just drop that on as a demand, which means we've basically penetrated through and there is room to keep selling. But then let's have a look. So we've come into you can see this candle here has took the liquidity from these candles. And then it's broke above. So it still buys there. Buys there. It's broke above. It's sunk in. It's not gone past. It's took the discount, sorry. I don't know if I just said deposit, but yeah, discount price. We've then broke again here. But this zone here where we're at currently, that hasn't broke the low. It's broke past the demand area, but it's not actually broke the low. So if I was selling, I'd like to see that low broke really. But we'll drop down on the 15-minute and see what that says. Right, so it looks like this might have been the news. I've just noticed as well, for you retail traders out there, you've got a lovely trend line. But just bear in mind that your trend lines tend to get took out if anything, that could have took that out there actually. We go to the tips there, and then most of the tips on that one there, it's took it out. So yeah, I think that's actually a sweep, to be honest with you. I'm going to class that as a sweep, and I will be looking for buys when my mouse decides to listen. All right, hang on. Yeah, and so we've also took the low here. We've took the low there, which is, oh look, if you see that, it's almost a double top for the retails, which means there's a lot of stop losses and liquidity underneath there. So that's a double bottom. Not double bloody top, double bottom. Confusing my words now. I've just tuned GJ and there's a double top on that. That's why. But anyway, yeah. So we've smashed through there, took all their stop losses, took any stop losses that are just outside the demand area. So I'm actually buy biased, to be honest, but I do need confirmation. For buy bias, I would like this high that created the new low to be broke. And you've got, as you can see, you've got a lot of imbalance here, which it won't always fill it straight away. That could get filled in a week, an hour. You know, it's one of them with the market. It will always go back to the imbalance at some point over years and years and years. It will go back to it and take them orders. So I would like this. In fact, I'm going to group these. That little group of candles, I'm going to group that. As soon as we break that, that is your supply zone on the 15-minute. As soon as that breaks through that, then I will be looking for a retracement back into this area and then for strong buys. It might just take this. So there's a lot of mights and buts, but unfortunately that is the market. So that's your inducement, if I've got it labeled up. No. So your inducement is basically like an early sell-off to make people want to sell early. So, but it is past 50% of the impulse down, so it has tapped into the discount. So this is why I need confirmation. And if it's buying, I would like to see the following. I would like this to break that, tap down a bit. Some more early sellers there, make them think that it's selling, and then break through that, and then I'd be looking at probably a lower order block that's not been mitigated yet, and then I'd jump in there on a lower time frame, and then we go from there. But yeah, that to me looks like a sweep. Basically, just to take all the orders. So underneath here, let me. Oh, where's it disappeared? There we are. Right, so you've got a lot of orders underneath there. And you've got orders. Oh, why is it doing that? Computer never does what it wants, does it? No, it never does what you want it to. Right. Oh, for goodness sake, let's just delete that. So yeah, you've got orders there. You've got orders under there that have been took. You've got orders under there. But normally when you see like a double bottom or a double top, and then you've got sharp candles that go through it, that to me is purely a sweep. And then that to me, and plus you see it's took the trend line liquidity out. So I'm personally looking for buys. It might still sell off. There's no definite way of saying. But remember, on the 4 hour, when my mouse keeps stop working for some reason. Right, jump on the 4 hour again. I know it looks a bit messy, but when you zoom out, you can see all the imbalance that we seen a minute ago. I won't zoom out too much, but you've got loads of imbalance there that needs filling. Yes, this is tapped, but it's not tapped for me. That's not tapped deep enough. So I think we've got to buy into this area before we're going to sell. But that's the 4 hour, and then obviously the daily would look a bit clearer. But that might be in 6 months that we'll get up to that stage and sell. But for now, I'm seeing buys. We've reacted from this 4 hour order block. So you could have got in there for a nice sell, but I do think now it's tapped all the liquidity out from the buyers there, the early buyers, as it were. Tap them out with a sweep, and then we're looking for buys. But don't always be fooled by these big sell candles, because the amount of trades that I've had that you get a massive sell candle and then you get a couple of buy candles and you think, oh yeah, it's definitely going to sell. Don't always think that, because you can have two massive short candles, sell candles. I won't say short because that would just confuse us. But yeah, sell candles, and then you can have a couple of smaller bullish candles, and then before you know it, you've got maybe one more sell candle to get people to sell, and then they buy through it all. So don't be fooled by size of the candles. It's for me, it's more order blocks, imbalance, and your impulse helps. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking at, and then I would ideally be looking at buys around that zone there, either on the 15-minute or, like I showed you, if you've watched my previous video on GBPJPY, I've showed you what to look for when it hits the area on the 15-minute. Then you can drop down to the 1 minute and what you've got to kind of look for there to basically have a smaller stop loss and for better percentage on your earnings, basically. So yeah, hopefully that helps. I know it looks messy, but believe you me, it all looks kind of messy when you're starting out, and then you start to pick up certain bits. But it's like you'll end up looking for your double bottoms or your double tops, and then you look for the sweep. If you have a sweep underneath, and then it starts to buy after that, and then it makes you think about the market different. But anyway, hope that helps. You can like and obviously subscribe, and then give me a follow on Instagram at the Rule of 7. But yeah, sweet.